Hi. Hi guys, I'm just trying to set this. Hi, I'm Ranmi. How are you? Hi Bella. Oh, she's joining in. Hi guys. We'll just give it a bit. We'll just wait for 2-3 minutes and we'll wait for everyone to join in. Can you guys hear me? Hi Neetu. Hi. Wait, how do I switch off the comments? Okay, I'll leave it on. Hi guys, I'm Rakhi Mehta. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the founder of Magic Rise, which is a wellness platform, and I started this on my own. And today we have a presence in about 15 cities and 2 countries. And yeah, I'll take you guys through my journey today about entrepreneurship, my personal journey, and also what can we do in times of corona. And I'll be happy to answer questions, so please keep asking. Hi Alka, hi Mranmi, hi Neetu, hi Sneha, Anjali. Nice to meet you. And to begin with, thank you, Unimo, for having me here and meeting the wonderful universe of moms and all you fantastic moms out there. You all are doing such a good job. Hi, Zarna. Hi. If you have any questions during my talk, please ask. So today, Neha and Ranmi have asked me to talk about my entrepreneurial journey. I think I'll. Should I start with the talk? Yeah. Okay. Um, so today I'll take you guys a little bit through my entrepreneurship journey. So with me, I have been in a business family, and I used to travel a lot. But then eventually I ended up doing my MBA, and I worked in corporate retail for about 9 years. And then I dabbled onto a lot of ventures. I started out with a chain of retail stores. Then I did exports of garments, and after everything else, went and joined a tech circus in LA because I met the founder of the circus on a boat in Croatia. That was one of my most revealing experiences in life. That I could take a random step like that and go all the way. So that is also a very important part about entrepreneurship. I feel entrepreneurship is a very good mix of your gut, your brain, of course, and timing, all three together. And of course, if you have the guts to take a chance at a particular time, that is what will make you take the plunge. It's like swimming. The first time a child is always scared of learning swimming, and until they actually jump into it. But once they are there, you start enjoying the tide and the flow, and you figure out your own space and energy. So entrepreneurship is something like that. And coming back to my journey, yes, I joined a tech circus. And so my most interesting part was that the tech circus was a place for creators and artists and entrepreneurs. Everyone was allowed to come in, come create, contribute, and leave. That was such an enlightening experience for me as a person, that it made me feel that wow, this is something that we should also bring as a culture in our country, because we actually come from it. India is such a huge market for artists and creativity and so on. And why are we just following what world leaders are doing? Why aren't we creating our own path? Why aren't we trailblazing? So that's been my constant thought in life. Hi Swati, nice to meet you. Hi Ruben. Yeah. So coming back to the journey, also traveling between India and US, working in both the countries, gave me an excellent overview of what both countries can take from each other, what both cultures can take from each other, and also how we can build something and scale it up pretty quickly. So please always remember, Rome was not built in a day. I meet a lot of entrepreneurs and they all keep saying, oh, my idea is like the next Facebook, my idea is like the next Instagram. It is really okay if you're not that big. It is good to start small, build small, but build strong and go up. That is the essence of an entrepreneur. So that's been an entrepreneur is like a phoenix. There will be times when you will keep on, you keep on experiencing it, where you keep on seeing the highs and lows, and where people um, do achieve success and they do achieve failures, just that the failures are not that spoken of. Did you know that Alibaba was rejected at least 40 times? He went almost bankrupt so many times, and today it's one of the strongest platforms in the world. So you have to be resilient. That's a very, very important learning. Now, coming back to resilience, I always feel that Indian women are very resilient, very, very resilient. One of our biggest strengths is we learn from community upbringing. You know how they say it takes a village to raise a child? We are examples of that. We have a very good historic culture which actually imbibes a lot of learning into us naturally. That's not achieved in books, that's pure experience. So that's one part. And the other part is that, as you're growing, of course, we all see a family bred style of living and so on. So that's also something, and that's also something you can inculcate and promote in your business, because that promotes buy-in of people. And once people have that loyalty, have that connection, and they feel that empowered with you, they will not leave you. That's something that money cannot buy. And I think Indian women command that very naturally. You are, as a community over there, and women in general do. But I'm just trying to say the point that since we are an older culture, our culture and the times that we are in today, and entrepreneurship is a great mix. And also the important part, never think that age is a barrier for anything. You are never too old, you're never too young to do anything. If someone told you any other way, it's wrong. Hi Unimo, hi Bella, hi Tanvi, hi Alpa, thank you so much. Yeah, so coming back to the conversation, so like I was saying, age is not a career, so not a barrier. So if you plan to start something, even if it's really small, you don't know how big your movement can be. I can give you an example. There was a lady who got tired, and this is something that I had seen during my experience in the States. She got tired and of the typical, lip balms that you get. So she started those those round lip balms. She started selling them at $1 or $3, which is about 150 rupees. Within a year, she became $1 million company. And all she was trying to do was solve a small lip balm issue. Literally such a small issue. So no idea and no business is big or small. And when you're an entrepreneur, you are a peon to a proprietor. You are everything. And there should be no shame in doing that. The biggest strength today that we have is that you guys have this community, this amazing community and platform created by Neha, which is Unimo. Apart from that, I think today we all see India is known as the house of entrepreneurs. This is the country with the most amount of mom and pop businesses in throughout the country. So we should take advantage of that. And that's how you can look at growing your business. That's just one thing. Another part is, I know everyone is feeling very down and out because of the present corona times, because of what is going on, and sometimes you might feel dark and, oh my god, where do I go from here? This is the part where I said that an entrepreneur is like a phoenix. Phoenixes die and rebuild themselves. Have you seen that in Harry Potter? Phoenix is like a fictional, historic fictional character. It's basically a symbol of how you can keep rebuilding. Always think, what's the worst that can happen? The business will fail, or you may not make it, or no, No, beyond that, nothing else can happen. Nobody can take from you your resilience, your experience, your knowledge, and your idea. At the end, you are the chef to the recipe, and the chef always knows the secret ingredient, and the secret ingredient is resilience. So, even during times of corona, I would request you all, whether your business is big or small, it really doesn't matter. Come together. You want to reach out to any of the people in this community, you want to reach out to me, you are more than happy to do, we are more than happy to help. So that is one way of looking at it. Another way is, because of this time during this quarantine and the lockdown, I know lockdown has been relaxed at a lot of places, but we still aren't going out because that is what is good for you. So if what do you say, if at any point you feel that, oh, like I can't do anything, stop, give yourself a break, rethink your whole business, rethink your whole existence. Start by cleaning up your cupboard. It's like cleaning up your life. Put your life in different slots and see what works out best. And I kid you not, there is always a way out. There is always a way out. If someone tells you otherwise, that's not right. That is really not right. Like, you can see it happening globally. It's not just happening to one person, it's happening to everyone on the planet. So this is a good time when you could rethink and revisit your business, and also update yourself, upgrade your skills. Start doing a lot of courses online. Some of the best universities in the world, Harvard, Stanford, the NCR, they all are giving their courses online for free. This is the best time that humanity is coming together. And you can upgrade your skills, you can look at revisiting your business, build it up digitally. So these are some ways that you can rethink and start working around. Apart from this, you can also look at reach out to community people like Unimo, and ask people that how can we reach out to different cities and figure out a smaller business pattern. See, at this point, one of the realities happens, that the reality which exists is that people are a little cash crunched. But this is not going to be reality forever. Corona is also not going to be forever. Yes, it is there now, but this too shall pass. And I kid you not, that is going to happen. But just give it a little time. Have peace, have resilience, enjoy the bond with your family. Also, don't forget to spend time with yourself. It is very important. Drishti, I can see you've said that you worked on your skills in the lockdown, and you're inviting Bindu and Pooja. Thanks, Alpha. Alpa, sorry, not Alpha. Yeah, so I'm glad that you're working on your skills. Also, remember to spend time with yourself, even in the lockdown. So there is energy which you have within yourself. There is energy that you get from all the family members. There is energy in the thought that, wow, my family is safe. Thank you, God, So that's very important. These are very small nuances, but these are the building blocks of positivity. One of the biggest things that you have to inculcate in yourself is, how do I look at the positive side of things? There's a very interesting book called The Blind Spot. So Blind Spot talks about, when you are driving a car has an A pillar. An A pillar is basically the blind spot of the car. So that's the spot which when you're making a turn or something, you can't really see. Start looking at the blind spots in your business. You will be surprised at how many new elements you can create, and how many new aspects for your own little business will come forward. So these are important things that we can just inculcate with daily conversations and daily rethinking. I know everyone is digital right now, and we are stuck with just talking through screens. So let's use it. This never happened before, but this also gives us access to do things across the world. So make the world your football court. Why are we stuck only in the zones that we are stuck in? So these are some pointers which I feel that you could look and revisit. I can give you an example of how we at Magic Rise are rebuilding ourselves as well. We are a detox morning party platform. From there on, we went into corporate wellness. from nobody knowing us. Today we work with 80 to 100, some of the best corporates out there. And of course, we managed taking our concept from India to US as well. We have executed this in San Francisco at NASDAQ Entrepreneurial Center and at Runway, which is a co-working space. So the fact is, our little movement actually moved. But it moved because we stuck and we were resilient and we were committed to our cause. So find your cause, define it, and be committed to it. You will be shocked at how magic happens. Today's world, the biggest gift that today's world has, that it can give you, is communication. It's never been so easy in the history of mankind. So use it to your leverage rather than looking at the negative side of things. So I can give you a little example how we are rebuilding ourselves. So coming from our regular parties and events, people are like, oh my God, now your business will be stuck. And yes, it will be stuck. But I'm lining my ducks in a row so that when business opens, we are ready. So what we started out with 9 a.m. classes, 9 a.m. Posts, where we post a 1-minute video of home workout. So it benefits our viewers. And it also showcases the talent that our trainers have. As a result, more and more trainers started registering with us. Apart from this, we started reaching out to more and more people. That's how we are reaching out with a better digital platform. And we started doing more and more curated events. So you have to understand, how does a pivot work? A pivot will always happen. Eventually, when you are an entrepreneur, you do sign up for some kind of responsibility, which is rethinking and relearning all the time. And by all the time, I mean all the time. Tomorrow, you might be playing with your child and you might come across an idea. Oh wow, he solved that Rubik's Cube in this way. Maybe I can solve the Rubik's Cube of my business in that particular way itself. So there is magic waiting to happen out there. Of course, tough times have always come, and it's a part of being a human. Every time, every era has experienced some kind of difficulty. Another thing that I feel that Corona is doing, it is exposing everything that is broken. It is not exposing everything that is breaking down because of Corona. That's not true. Of course, a lot of things are happening. I'm not saying it's all rosy, but look at the other side. Our systems were broken, our supply chains were broken, our logistics were broken. So they're getting exposed, and that's why companies are working much harder than before, trying to make sure that you get your groceries at home and everything. So all of these things are an effort or a business today. So people are reaching out and people are changing, and this is a wake up call. Wake up to what's happening around you. Wake up to technology. Wake up to reaching out. Wake up to your community. So this will be a very good building block to start with. Apart from this, if you have any doubts or something, you can always feel free to reach out to me, or you can always reach on Magic Rise Wellness. That's our platform on Facebook and Instagram. You can reach out through the fabulous team of Unimo. Thank you, Alpa. Thanks a lot. Your words mean a lot. Hi, Kavita. Hi, Bhavi. And I'm open to questions. If you guys have any questions, please tell me. And thanks, Alpa, that you find me motivating. I try that. That's one of my purposes, because not just through Magic Rise, through also my own personality. This is another aspect of an entrepreneur. You will always learn this in the long run, that 90% of entrepreneurs build an extension of their own personality. And you will see that percolating in their business ethics. You will see that percolating in their design ethics. You'll see that percolating in their communication ethics. So these are very important part. Also, because there's a lockdown, one important part that I would love to ask, and I would love for all of you women to start concentrating on, which also comes very naturally to us, is design. You will be surprised how important element design is, for creating your business. Today, it's not just about packaging it right. It's also about, how you carry out your brand, well, even if it's a small business, It doesn't have to be a multi-billion-dollar business. No. Even if you are making 100 rupees a day or 1000 rupees a day, you can always package it well and at very low costs. The internet gives you access to so many things. There is logo.io where you can go and create logos for free. There are platforms where you can go online and get designs for free. What happens with design is design starts making you think in a flow. If you notice, when you are drawing, you always know what, okay, I'm drawing a leaf, so now I want to draw a flower on top of it. So design makes you think in a flow. So it'll also help you flow into your business in that sense. One of the most important classes of Steve Jobs was the fact that he went back and he took a design class. And that is when he started designing Apple. Hi Neha, thank you for your words. So, so this is such an important element. Bill Gates and him were building Microsoft and Apple. And one of his winning spaces was the design. Steve Jobs had the iPhone or the iPhone ready at least like 8 to 10 months before he launched it. But he was just not happy with the design, and his technicians kept thinking, what? One day he took the phone, he went home and he put it in an aquarium in his house. And everyone was shocked, and they saw bubbles come out of it. And that is when he said, I don't want air holes in the design. And he made sure that the design is so seamless. So that's why Apple became a very good design oriented product. It had clean lines, it taught you how to think straight and how to keep it precise and concise. So this is a very important learning that we can inculcate and add to our business. Thank you, Neha. I'm glad I can share such an insight with you guys, because clearly I'm a geek and I read a lot. So so I would urge you all, start rethinking your business. It is so beautiful. I met Bella through Neha at one of her events, and she started this this organic skincare brand, and that's so beautiful. Just out of a simple thing that she believes in it. Her hair is fantastic, and she started experimenting with her own products. She rebranded herself. So see her journey. Rome wasn't built in a day. No empire was built in a day. If they say that, they are lying to you. There is a lot of hard work that goes into it. But yes, resilience and commitment and grit is something that will pull you through all of this. And that's my guarantee. That's where I can tell you as an entrepreneur, no work or no kind of learning will ever go to waste. Right now, yes, the mompreneurs are going through a lot of trouble. Of course, it is hard that, we are 24/7 in the house, with the family and cooking and thinking, oh my God, my $1 billion dream, it's on a standstill. No, it's on a standstill for the world. The world is on a pause right now. This is a great time to reset yourselves. I think even the government should reset policies, because there are so many things out there which need to be corrected. And so many things which are out there which we are not taking the advantage of, So that's something where, so the reason why people like Neha and me come across is because of our vibes. Because we are constantly thinking in that direction. We are thinking progressively. We are not thinking PhD. PhD is pull him or pull her down. No, that's not the attitude. The attitude of a community is let's build up and let's build up together. And that's where a massive change will come in your life and in entrepreneurship. Apart from this, I would like to slightly touch on the topic of mental health as well, because everyone is talking about the sad incident of Sushant Singh, which is very sad and very touching. But don't get depressed alone. Take the learnings from him. The boy was so resilient. He reached a particular standing in life, which was not very easy for a lot of people. Look at the good side in that. He had resilience. Yes, he went through a tough time. But tough times come to everyone. And that's the time when you talk to yourself and you talk to people who are around you. And so that, we can avoid such catastrophes. And also remember, mental health your personal health and emotional health is an investment in yourself. The minute you start investing in that, that is the point when you will start investing in everything and everyone around you. And that, because entrepreneurial health, mental health, emotional health, they all are boxes, but they all form you, who is running a ship. So if you want to run a ship successfully, you need to be in a good space. All your chakras need to be aligned. So to do that, I mean, just try and sit every day, with yourself, just 10 minutes. No husband, no family, no parents. If you're not married like me, still chill. Just spend some time, talk to yourself, enjoy the sunset, breathe the air, take some sunlight in. It is very, very important. So these are my 2 bits on entrepreneurship, and also how you can rethink during the lockdown. I'm open to questions. If you guys have any questions, I'm reading your lovely comments. Thank you, Neha, for praising us so much. And Mrunmi, Alpa, Tanvi, Priya, thanks Priya, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Neetu, if you have any questions, any particular businesses that you have, if I can help you in any way, how do you reconstruct and deconstruct a road, I would really love to help you guys out, because I feel I'm very much committed to this community. Of course, Neha introduced me to it, and I'm so happy and so glad that she did. But it'll be my pleasure, to help you guys anything out. I'm so glad, Alpa, you're feeling good. That's the importance of all this. Alpa, we are all connected through this universe. We are all energy sources, and it's good to emit good energy. You can do that. Hi Poonam, thank you. I'm so glad you enjoyed this. Yeah, can someone tell me how much time do I have left? Sorry, I'm just trying not to run through the time. 1 second. I have about 3 minutes or 5 minutes to go. So yeah, anything that you guys would want to ask me, I would be more than happy to help and take you guys through. So I'm guessing there are a lot of good wishes, comments, and it's been lovely being here. So yeah, so I would like to say, if you want more positivity, please reach out to us on Magic Rise Wellness. You can also look at all our morning videos and follow it. They are in-house workouts. They will also help you, revive and rejuvenate yourself. Just 10 minutes really works. It's magical. And apart from that, you can also join our classes online. Just DM us. You can reach out to me personally. My personal handle is Rakhi Mehta 2006 on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you, Neha, for giving us this platform. Yes, Alpa, I am so glad that Neha has given us this platform. And it's so enriching to meet people like her always. It's I think for me it was love at first sight with Neha when we met first, and it's really been good. Priya, send the name. Any good books to read? Yes, there are so many good books to read. I can tell you, there is Blind Spot, which is a definite must read. There is Ikigai. Ikigai is the Japanese secret to life. You must read Ikigai. It'll really motivate you a lot. And apart from that, any good books to read? There are many. I mean, I like Steve Jobs. The biography personally. You could probably read that. Little more, because we spoke about Steve Jobs, I can tell you a little about design, or more about design. Did you know that most of the video games or most of the algorithms that you see are also design based? So that's how important design, a role design plays in your own life, or whatever you're touching. But there are just layers to it. Start reading about design. You will love it. I hope you enjoy the books. And and you'll be surprised. So I also take a lot of inspiration from cartoon books. Calvin and Hobbes are my favorite characters. So it's a comic about a little boy with his stuffed tiger, and his conversations about life. They're very resonating with our life in general. So I think, it's little coded messages, that I mean, I look at it as coded messages in those cartoon strips. So yeah, I think, these things are good fun to read, and you all should definitely take a look at it. Any questions out there, ladies? I would be more than happy to help or answer, or anything that you need on a personal thing that you're struggling with. Please, if you don't reach out right now, you feel more than welcome to reach out to me through Unimo, or later on. I would be more than happy to help. Hi Nisha, nice to meet you guys. Neha, thank you so much for having me on this lovely platform. Alpa, what do you do when you are in two minds between responsibility and your own goals? Okay, Alpa. So, what happens with Indians is, and this is one of, very favorite question, I would say. One of the things with Indians is, not with Indians, but because I've been born and raised in India, and I see a lot of our culture. One of the biggest things is that we are very emotional, and we are raised like that. We are a very emotional population. Now, I would like to ask you, are you confusing your responsibility beyond a point? Then that is wrong. You need to understand the roles of your responsibility. For example, making food for your child, making your child study, all those things are very important. That is your responsibility. But you cannot helicopter every decision that he makes in life. For example, which friend is he going to talk, or which friend is he going to fight with? That will be wrong of you, or that will be you overstepping your responsibility. And that is the part where you decide that, okay, my child is growing, so am I. So you have some responsibility towards yourself. And that, my friend, is your goal. So the minute you start answering that truthfully to yourself and not to somebody else, that is when you'll understand the difference between responsibility and a goal. And that's the time the seesaw won't happen. At some point, you need to understand that every person is going to live their own life, and you need to understand what is important to you and start answering both the gambits of your life. So for example, our parents are brought up in a certain way. They are not going to change to technology suddenly, right? So they will adapt to some things, and they won't adapt to some things. So it's fine if they don't want to adapt. Let them live their life. And you need to start adapting to what is important for you. If you have a goal to run 5 kilometers a day, do it along with your responsibility. But the minute you start carving out those goals and time for those goals, both will sink into your schedule. So yeah, wow, we'll surely read one of the books, Tanvi. Thank you. I enjoyed this live session on the platform. Thank you, Neha. I did too. Thank you, Tanvi. Shall I message you personally on FB or any other way to connect with you? You can message me personally. You can message me on Instagram. That's a very nice way to reach me, Rakhi Mehta 2006. Or you can reach me on my email ID. I will leave it in the comments, rakhi.mehta@ideashop.co. And the best way to reach me is Magic Rise Wellness. Please follow us on Magic Rise Wellness on Facebook and Instagram. And that's the best way to reach us. And to top it all, we have an all-women team. We are super empowering. We are like a family. We would love to help you guys in anything that we can do. So on that note, I think it's time for me to say goodbye. Thank you, Mrunmi. Thank you, Neha. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, the Unimo. Thank you, this lovely community of moms. I wish you all the best. Stay positive, stay healthy, stay safe. Please wear masks. The corona is still out there. Just because the lockdown is over, it doesn't mean that the virus is gone. It means we all have to stay together. We have to survive it. It's a part of life, but we have to be more cautious. So that's the way to go forward. And thank you, Nisha. I would love to answer any questions that you have. I'm right here, and you have access to me directly on my Instagram and my Facebook pages. And of course, you can always reach out to Neha to connect with me. I'm here. We are here for each other. You are not alone. We are all in this together. Thank you so much. Thank you for your lovely comments. It was really enjoyable. On that note, I'm going to say goodbye and see you guys. And please attend our digital detox party which is coming up super soon. And enjoy us on World Yoga Day. Bye-bye. Take care. See you. Bye, Neha. Thank you. Bye. Bye, Dipti.